Refuse consists of garbage and rubbish. It includes the waste from preparation, cooking and consumption of food, putrescible wastes from vegetable, fruit and animal decay, the discarded waste from handling, storage and sale of produce, and the carcasses of animals. Rubbish includes combustible waste such as paper, rags, rubber, leather, furniture, wooden crates, boxes, barrels, excelsior, leaves, yard trimmings, tree branches and street sweepings, and non-combustible waste such as tin cans, glass, iron, slate, crockery and ashes. Garbage, whenever they can get to it, is food for rats and flies, which are vectors of many communicable diseases. Rats find safety underneath garbage cans placed like this. They breed and find harborage in nearby rubbish. Fleas from rats transmit murine typhus fever, plague, and other diseases. Flies feed upon garbage, multiply by the thousand, and carry such diseases as dysentery, diarrhea, and typhoid. Cans and bottles containing water, if not promptly removed, provide mosquito breeding places. Aedes aegypti mosquitoes are breeding in these containers and may carry dengue and yellow fever. Other mosquitoes transmit malaria and encephalitis, and all mosquitoes are nuisances. Sharp objects, broken glass, or discarded medicines and poisons often cause serious accidents to children. Each individual is directly responsible for the sanitary storage of refuse. The storage method is determined by the collection system, and collection practices are determined by the disposal facilities. Local government agencies inform the individuals as to what these storage methods should be. Individuals separate non-combustible rubbish from other refuse when disposal is by some types of incinerators. All rubbish has to be separated from garbage when disposal is by grinding, and in some areas where garbage is fed to hogs, the edible garbage has to be stored by the individual separately from all other refuse. This requires 2 or more containers. Where the disposal is by sanitary landfill or modern pre-drying kiln process of incineration, the individual can store all types of refuse, garbage and rubbish, together. It can be collected at one time and be disposed of in one place. Informing the people as to their part in the sanitary handling of refuse is one of the most important responsibilities of the local agencies in charge of collection and disposal. Radio, television, newspapers, circulars, mail campaigns, and all other means of communication are recommended, including personal visitation when necessary. The success of a continuing educational program will have much to do with the health and cleanliness of the community. But whatever system is used for collection and disposal, individuals are responsible for the sanitary storage of refuse, They must furnish satisfactory storage containers and place them so that they cannot be overturned. Animals can push over cans not adequately fastened and spill the refuse. Employees of the refuse collection system are often in contact with citizens and can help individuals to correct problems of storage of refuse at their homes. This is a good homemade rack for storing 2 refuse containers. These cans cannot be overturned easily by animals or small children. The cans are made of heavy, durable metal with reinforced bottoms. A deep rim on the sides prevents the bottom from touching any surface, which retards corrosion. The slatted floor of the rack makes it easy to clean. The rack is conveniently located near the house. There's plenty of room underneath the rack for raking up any spillage that occurs, thus depriving all vermin of food or harborage. Good public relations is an important part of the work of collection employees. Food waste disposal is immediate, sanitary, and convenient where home grinders are installed in the kitchen sink. The ground food solids can be transported in any sewer system that operates correctly. However, some provision must be made for the sanitary storage of empty tin cans, medicine bottles, milk containers, and similar rubbish. Waste food particles left in empty containers are kept away from flies and other vermin by placing this rubbish in a closed bag and promptly removing it to a conveniently located and covered outside storage container. A tight lid reduces odors and, more important, keeps small children away from refuse that may cause them injury. Garbage should be dewatered and wrapped in paper for home storage unless the disposal system requires other treatment. Wrapping minimizes spillage by the individual and the collector. Wrapping garbage also protects and prolongs the life of storage containers. It makes them easy to clean and reduces unpleasant odors. Where waste food, garbage, is collected for hog feeding, wrapping is not permitted by the collection system. Fresh pork scraps are sometimes included in this garbage. Often these raw pork scraps may contain the larvae Trichinella spiralis encapsulated in the muscle. Research studies made by health authorities have established that the feeding of uncooked garbage is the primary factor in the occurrence of trichinosis in hogs. Human trichinosis is caused by eating rare or uncooked infected pork products. Before feeding garbage to hogs, it should be boiled for at least 30 minutes to eliminate transmission of trichinosis. Garbage grinders eliminate the storage problem at the origin. Restaurants find grinders both sanitary and economical. Savings are made in cost of cans, replacements, storage space, labor costs in floor-to-floor transfer, and reclaimed silverware and dishes through raking the garbage before grinding. Water transports the ground material to the sewage plant. Whether rubbish and garbage are stored in one container or several, all refuse should be covered. Rubbish bags should be closed to prevent material from spilling or being blown over the premises. Heavy metal cans with tight-fitting covers reduce fire hazards from combustible rubbish and ashes. Various methods are used in loading refuse to trucks. Full containers on the curb, in alleys or yards, may be carried to the truck and emptied. Trucks with low loading heights reduce danger of employee rupture and speed the work of collectors. When transferring refuse into receptacles or trucks, collection personnel must avoid spillage and take care of the citizens' property. Unnecessary banging will injure the container unless it is made of very heavy metal. Damaged cans usually cannot be covered to keep out flies and rodents. Many collection systems collect refuse from containers in yards and other places inaccessible to the collection truck. Using a large canvas or burlap cloth for collecting this material has several advantages. The container is not likely to be damaged when emptying the can into the cloth. And the cloth is sufficiently large to receive the contents of several containers, which saves time. Wrapping the refuse in the cloth protects it against flies and spillage as it is being carried from yard to yard and to the trucks. A decided advantage over tub or yard containers, especially on windy days. Collection employees should look presentable and must be trained to be courteous and efficient in carrying out their duties. They should protect citizens' property, remove container covers and place them where they will not be damaged while emptying the cans. Handle containers carefully and avoid damage to the rims. Replace containers on racks and put the lids back on the cans. Gathering and tying the corners of the cloth covers the refuse and provides a convenient way to carry the contents of several containers safely to the collection trucks. The low loading height packer truck is one of many types and sizes of trucks now in common use. This truck has a great capacity because it compacts the refuse as it is collected. Its cover reduces foul odors, discourages flies and other insects, as well as prevents spillage on the city streets. Generally, collectors go ahead of the truck and carry the covered refuse to the truck route. After the cloth receptacles are emptied, they're used again. In some instances, open trucks are used to pick up rubbish and other refuse at produce houses and business establishments. In such cases, a canvas cover is spread over the refuse in the truck to prevent spillage over city streets and to keep out flies. Bulk storage containers can be used for central storage of refuse at accumulation points, such as markets, travel terminals, picnic areas, and housing units. The bulk containers are carried by special trucks directly to the disposal point for unloading. An important factor in refuse collection is efficient routing of loaded trucks to the nearest disposal point, either to incinerators, usually centrally located, or to sanitary landfills located where land is available. Several disposal areas reduce the amount of collection equipment needed, shorten the haul, and reduce labor costs. Collection of refuse at night in the business district avoids the heavy daytime traffic. The principles of good storage and collection are, first, the responsibility of the individual by keeping temporarily stored refuse covered, by wrapping garbage to minimize spillage and protect containers, which makes them easy to clean and keeps down odors and vermin, or by using grinders for immediate disposal of most garbage. By avoiding accumulation of refuse inside, by keeping containers tightly covered to keep out flies and rodents and to protect children from home accidents, by providing good storage racks to prevent the cans from being overturned and prolong their use, and by furnishing heavy metal cans which are not easily damaged. But individuals must be informed of the collection and disposal system used, to separate refuse for disposal by grinders, hog farms, and some types of incinerators, or to combine refuse for disposal by sanitary landfills or modern incinerators. It is the responsibility of the city to train collection employees for their job and to see that they are courteous and neat, and that they use efficient methods which save time and labor, reduce damage to containers, and give protection against flies and spillage. To provide collectors with good equipment, such as the Packer-type enclosed trucks, and see that all refuse collection trucks are covered to prevent spillage and discourage flies. The city should plan truck routes to shorten hauls to different disposal points for economy and efficiency. And finally, to design the collection and disposal system primarily for the health of the community rather than for the convenience of the department furnishing the service.